Hey everyone. You know, I talked about this briefly at the end of the first video, which I do apologize may have gone into the second part or not. If it did, you probably didn't notice it because I probably edited it together thanks to Cyber Power Director. But one thing I want to talk about, and I talked about this briefly several times, in fact I even did a video on it, was the fact that reports are coming out, and it's obvious, because I even seen it, that Netflix could be ending the run of Friendship is Magic. Why do I say that? Quite simple. When you look on the upper left hand corner when you begin an episode, it takes about a few seconds, but on the upper left hand corner it will state series ending August 16th. Now, some people have defended the fact that that just means the current contract between Hasbro and Netflix to air the series is going to be ending. Okay, that possibly is a reason. But there's other reasons too. Some people have come out and said that Netflix is probably trying to make room for some of the new original content, and then after that's all said and done, possibly later on, they'll bring the show back. My estimation is if the show goes away from Netflix, it's not going to be gone forever. My thought process is it will come back, but they're probably going to wait till all of season 8 is done to do so. Because I think maybe someone came up with the idea that it doesn't make sense to air just the first half of a season of the show. Basically, I'm guessing somebody probably came out and said, hey, it doesn't make sense to air the first half of a season if we can't air all of the season. I mean, let's take a look at Riverdale, for example. Season 2 didn't show up on Netflix until after season 2 was done. So the thought process is, why have Friendship is Magic on there if we can't have the entire season? So here's my guess. They're going to probably wait till season 8 is over, then bring the show back. And if it is a case of contractual reasons and a contract has to be renewed, hopefully that may happen before August 16th. Or if it's already done, then this is just a requirement saying this current run is ending at this time. But I'm here, as I've talked about in another video and otherwise, there are other options. There truly is. One of the options, basically in my case, is your on-demand service. Depending whether or not you have DirecTV, Dish Network, Spectrum, At&t, Verizon, Cablevision, Time Warner, or in my case Xfinity and Comcast, there is no doubt one way or another you have Discovery Family on Demand. And mostly you also have a kids section in that on-demand service. And that one of the top shows that gets highlighted, especially when a new episode gets added to the on-demand portion, is MLP. So what you want to do, and I did this today after I recorded Friendship University onto DVD, because one of the things that I'm doing, and I've talked about this, one of the things I'm doing is DVRing season 8, and then later on, when I get the opportunity, recording the DVR episodes, or recording the episodes I DVR'd onto DVD, courtesy of my DVD recorder. See, this is the first half, and I'm currently working on the second half. This is like episodes 14, 15, 16 on here right now. So if you have a DVD recorder or even a Blu-ray recorder, you have access to probably purchase or get some of these, do so that way you'll be able to record the series at your leisure or when you can, or record the episode when it comes on. Another option, of course, is the internet, and you got things like Daily Motion, YouTube, whatever other services are out there, torrents if you have to. And that if you can catch them right away, copy the copy the URL links, or copy the links of those videos on YouTube or Dailymotion. Go to sites like, let's say, downloadable sites like savevideo.me, pickvideo.net if that's still around, qdownloader.net, whatever services allow you to download YouTube or Dailymotion videos. Download the episodes, and then when you have enough, depending on your DVD maker service, your DVD maker service, whether it's Neo or Windows, take the episodes you've downloaded and burn them, or basically put them onto DVD. Basically create a DVD out of it. If your DVD software allows you to create a menu, do it like that. Whatever the case may be. Point is, folks, just because Friendship is Magic may be leaving Netflix, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Sometimes shows and movies do this, and then after a while they come back. Again, the possible reason I'm looking at is they're probably going to wait till season 8's over, then bring the show back so it's up to date. That's just my thought process. But again, like I said, you have these other options that I just mentioned. Now, speaking of online, you also have things like Amazon and iTunes, where you have to purchase episodes individually. Some episodes, from what I can measure, basically run for about $1.99 to $2.99, basically $2 to $3 individually. Some seasons, like complete seasons, will run for about $25, $24.99, or seasons part way will run for about $20. And if you have a future season pass, then you're kind of up to date all the way. So basically $20 to $25 for an entire season. And some seasons, like and episodes individually, could cost between $2 to $3. And that's on both iTunes and Amazon. Now you also have other services, like upcoming. Right now you have Redbox On Demand, which I got a text about advertising it to me. So you got those services as well. So here's the question. So obviously you have all these other options. Okay, you have all these other options. But the question being, and hold on for a second while I check something. Just checking my dog there. She's chewing a dingo. Well, he's trying to chew it anyway. But like I said, you have all these other options out there. So what's the big deal about, so obviously what's the big deal about Netflix, about Friendship is Magic leaving Netflix? That's the question a lot of people have. Well, I think the big deal is the fact that Netflix, well, let's be honest. Netflix is something everybody has, and they're able to binge watch episodes any way they want. If they want to watch an episode from season 1, they could do that. Season 7, they could do that. It's just something they enjoy. The other thing about Netflix is they can watch it either on a tablet or on their iPhone or their Android or whatever, or the Surface or whatever. They could watch it anyway. But the same could be said for On Demand. On Demand allows you to do that as well. So, and look, I'm not kissing up to any of these providers, because most of these providers cable providers and all that, also in charge of internet, if you will. And partially, if not mostly, responsible for net neutrality being in the situation it's in right now. Or the battle to keep it alive, being what it is right now. But point is, besides that, you have all these other options. And yeah, it is disappointing that Friendship is Magic would be leaving Netflix if that does happen. But let me point out something else. Let's say, for the sake of argument, Netflix does say, we're done with Friendship is Magic, we're not going to show it anymore. You can't tell me that other streaming services out there won't look at the opportunity to grab a hold of that show. You can't tell me they won't, because they will. You got Vudu, which is basically at one time associated with Walmart, who also does who offers free programming and free movies and shows. You can't tell me they wouldn't make a play. You can't tell me that Hulu and Amazon won't make a play, because they will. And here's why. I said this as part of a reply on MLP forums. Just checking some there. I said that during Prime Day, it seemed to me, from what I saw, Amazon Prime was offering Season 1 of Friendship is Magic for free to its Prime subscribers. Yeah, for free. In other words, no buying, no nothing, completely free. Just like they do with with a lot of movies and shows that they have or they don't have, or that's either exclusive to them or originally first aired on network television. So basically Amazon for that day offered, or for those couple of days, offered Friendship is Magic Season 1 for free. And it made me think if perhaps this was a test. In fact, let me bring this up. I said right here, and I quote, makes me wonder if perhaps they did that to see if perhaps viewers would enjoy FIM as one of the free shows they offer on Prime Video for their current and perhaps future subscribers. Makes you wonder. And I also said this, and I quote, also think about this. Amazon's video streaming service, I believe, is just as used, if not more so, as Netflix and Hulu's. So it makes you wonder and think if Amazon Prime Video service will make a play for all the previous and current seasons if the show does leave Netflix. Because think about this. Amazon Prime does have all the seasons, even the most current recent episode that came out here in the US, already up for sale for $2.99, or to purchase for $2.99. They already have the entire series up to date. So think about how much more valuable and attractive the Prime Video service, if not the Prime subscription service, could be, especially to entire families and MLP fans, bronies, and Pegasisters, and the MLP fan base community overall. How much more valuable that would be to them if Amazon acquired the rights and said, hey, Friendship is Magic is now moving over to Amazon and it's going to be free, and that includes the most recent and current episodes. Think about that. Think about how much more valuable and attractive that could be to the MLP fan base community, the analysis community, the Brony and Pegasista community. Imagine how much more attractive that would be. And the fact that, being a Prime subscriber myself, you only have a 1-year bill to pay. Basically you pay this bill basically 1 year after every year on the month that you started. So for me, at the end of this month or in the middle of this month, it'll be my time for my annual Prime bill to be paid. That'll be about it. It'll be time for my annual Prime bill to be paid. The same could be said for anybody that goes that route. If you started a Prime subscription in November, you got till November, a year later, till the bill shows up. The point being, folks, and this is the truth, this could make the Prime service a lot more attractive to a lot of MLP fans that have been hesitant about it. Especially if they acquire the license to air the show as part of the free service, basically part of the Prime service that showcases certain movies and shows for free. It's a possibility. Not saying Amazon would do it, but it's a possibility. You also have Hulu that could make a play for it and say, hey, we'll show the entire series, even up to the most current episodes, for free as part of our service. So you got those two other options right there that can make a play for Friendship is Magic to air, or to make Friendship is Magic part of the streaming service and showcase the show for free. That is if it's leaving Netflix. Again, we don't know that. All they could be doing, as some people have said, is just a requirement of saying when the current contract ends, and that's it, and the show could still be there. Heck, fans are doing petitions, or creating petitions as we speak, to keep the show on Netflix. But again, like I said, you also have your on-demand services depending on whether you get the Dish or Direct services, Verizon, At&t, Time Warner, you name it, Comcast, Xfinity, Spectrum, Cablevision. You still have the on-demand services that more than likely will have all of the series on demand, the entire series from season 1 to the current episode on demand. And from what I've learned, is basically recordable ready. It's not copy protected, it's recordable ready. And again, like I said, you also have options like Daily Motion and YouTube, where you could copy the link to the video, paste it onto a downloading site, whichever one you choose, download the episode, and then once you got enough, depending on your DVD burner software that you have, be able to put at least 6 to maybe 8 episodes onto a disc. So, yeah, I understand that some people are worried, but let's just wait and see what happens. And again, you remember, you do have other options. So, that's all I'm going to say, folks. Let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. I am out.